Howdy do, motherfuckers! Papa Stanham is here from Game Rebel with another episode of The Feed. Do you guys remember the dude that was in a wheelchair and then stood up out of his wheelchair and walked away and then got banned because everyone thought he was paralyzed? Yeah, he made a comeback on Twitch under the name ItsBlooish and then got busted and banned again. And now, after all this time, 7 years later, the man has conducted an interview with a bigger YouTube creator and answered a lot of questions about what exactly happened. And he makes a good case. Before we get into all that, though, I want to talk about today's sponsor of this video, me, Papa Stanham. I sponsor these goddamn videos. And if you guys want to help me out, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, enable little notifications, drop a comment down below, and let's talk about this shit. Oh, and also, don't forget to check the description for the current giveaway. That's right, we're doing giveaways now, baby. Yabba dabba doo.
That fight was gay on normal. Around the house. Could only imagine that it's like a million times gayer and heroic.
I'll be back. Maybe like at the end of the expansion when it's easily outgeared.
Our dog, oh my god, we took our dog, like to the fish shop today because the dog loves just like going out and meeting new people. And we constantly have to take him to like be introduced to new like random people and stuff. So he hangs out at fish shops and stuff because like we love talking to the people there anyways. And there were just a bunch of people that like came in, like a bunch of customers that came in just like in this huge flow, and he got scared and like came and sat on my lap, and I was like, oh, this is so cute, like he's cuddling with me because he's scared. He stands up, he took a leak on my lap. It was disgusting. Nice. I'm over here like kissing him and holding him, telling him it's gonna be okay, and he's over here peeing on me.
Okay, so let's recap this situation, okay? So this guy, his name was ZillionOP. Back in the day, this guy is an early Twitch streamer, okay? 2013. He was a partner back then, and he had become the wheelchair streamer. Everyone knew him as the wheelchair streamer. And one day, when his internet was going in and out, and he didn't realize his internet was on, it appears that he stood up from his wheelchair, walked away, and then you hear his girlfriend say, oh my God, and talk about her cat peeing on her. And then the camera for the stream gets wobbled around and then points down, and then the stream ends. Super sus, and that clip was the nail in the coffin for this guy. Like, it was just everything. It was the end of everything for this man. And he, basically everyone online heard about this guy and what he did. It was a big deal. Millions of people heard about this. He got banned by Twitch and just roasted by the entire internet by being the biggest fraud of all time. And to this day, really held that trophy, I guess you could say. Eventually, he made a comeback as under an alias named ItsBlooish. He changes his appearance a little bit, and he made his camera blue. So he just had a blue filter on his camera and became a Twitch partner again. Just without anybody knowing who he is, built himself up, was doing his thing, became a partner, and then somebody that knows who he is hacked him and revealed all his info to the internet, saying, hey, this is the guy from before. Do you remember him? And everyone lost their shit all over again, got all mad at this guy. He got banned off Twitch. Everyone's yelling him on the internet all over again. And then we go to the next part of this crazy story. So just about a week ago on Wavy Web Surface YouTube channel, ZillionOP, aka ItsBlooish, conducted an interview. It was about 50 minutes long and answered a ton of questions and had answers for literally all the issues. And this is what I'm really excited to get into because I believe the guy and I'm going to go over why. So let's just jump into the big things that happened, what pissed everyone off, you know, like the things that made him look super guilty and what his answers for those things were. So one thing that he said is that he was wheelchair bound, and that is legit. That's a real thing. He got in a car accident and he was in a wheelchair for 2 years, and the man was in physical therapy for a while. And so his excuse was that he can get up and walk to the bathroom. At this point in time, he was able to get up and walk for short periods of time. But if he needed to go a longer distance, let's say outside to the mailbox, he would just use his wheelchair to go get the mail. I think that's a really good argument. Okay, I could feel that. Okay, and he also showed a bunch of pictures from his Facebook from 2012, just before he started streaming, of him in a wheelchair with all of his buddies out and about, just tons of things. Okay, and basically proved that, yeah, he's a wheelchair guy, and he was at some point. Okay, now there's another issue in the video that concerns everybody, but there's a good argument against it, and that is when his girlfriend, who was on TeamSpeak at the time, or Ventrilo at the time, said, "Oh my God, my cat, it just peed on me," when he stood up. Right now, his argument, which makes total sense, and it's hard to really go against this, is especially at the time in 2013, there's quite the stream delay. Okay, so for her to say, "Oh my God," and try and cover up that he stood up so quickly when she could only see him through the stream, wouldn't make sense because of the delay. So her cat peeing definitely was something that I could believe, like peeing on her. I don't know, that happens, right? So she had an issue with her cat peeing on her, and it's just the timing doesn't add up with what everyone wants it to be, but it does add up with his explanation of the situation. Now, he did address not knowing that the stream was live. He said that the internet was going in and out the whole day because his dog had chewed on his wires, and the reason why his camera shuffled and fell down was because he was trying to stop his dog from chewing on the internet wire again and fell down. Now, this is one that's a little bit more I don't know if that's the honest truth or not, what's going on there exactly. But I mean, I could believe it. It's not outside the realms of possibility. So I could see that, and I could buy that. Sorta, Now, there were some weird holes in some of the answers that Zillion gave in the interview, one of them being the status of his YouTube channel. So apparently the original ZillionOP channel is not accessible. None of the videos can be found. They're all made private. And he declines having any sort of access to that because he says that he was hacked by this guy that exposed him as ItsBlooish. The guy's name is Hypnotical, okay? And this guy admitted on Facebook to hacking Zillion's Facebook and having access to his email and all these things. So Zillion is saying that, well, this guy hacked all my stuff. I don't have access to any of it. It's all gone. And I believe that he was hacked, and that based off of the wording of the expose this guy, he was super angry at Zillion for some reason. There's some personal friends, not in real life, but just in streaming. Apparently, just with the wording, it was very vindictive sounding, and I was thinking, this guy hacked him, dude, and is trying to cause havoc on this guy for whatever reason. All right, so I do believe that. However, the timing of the YouTube channel, upon looking it up, there was a time where everything was available, and there are other videos referencing videos on his channel showing the footage and stuff, to where if you go back and look up those videos and you compare them to the date of other videos on YouTube talking about them, they are now gone. So someone logged in and made them all private, and I don't think it was the guy that hacked him. I think Zillion is lying about it. I think he went in and turned that off, didn't want anyone to look at it. He has an apology video on there. Apparently, no one can get a hold of it. So that's just gone. I mean, if anyone could find that and send it to me, that would be super awesome. I would love to make a video on that. However, no one has it. It's magically gone. The account is private. Nobody saved anything. And yeah, I just don't buy it 100% there. I also think that Wavy Websurf went super easy on Zillion on a lot of the questions he was asking. He really wanted to believe Zillion on a lot of stuff. And I feel where he's at, because I actually hung out in Zillion's or Bluish's YouTube stream a couple times now on YouTube just to check it out and see what's up. And he has a decent amount of viewers, like 30, 40, 50. He's doing all right over there. And the way that he streams is actually really good, and he seems so nice. Seems like such a nice guy that I feel like it's hard to not believe him when you're talking to the guy, So I feel myself kind of getting into that. He has some really good answers. He's had a lot of time to come up with some really good answers. It's been 7 years, and he never said anything until now. However, in my opinion, I think with situations like this, the truth usually ends up somewhere in the middle, okay? So I believe that Zillion was a wheelchair guy, but was also probably milking it a little bit, especially since he started being known as the wheelchair guy on Twitch And I know what it's like to start growing on Twitch and not want to stop doing the thing that's working. You know, so if he's becoming the wheelchair guy, but he's actually getting better and he's not needing the wheelchair so much, maybe he'll sit in the wheelchair a little bit more on the streams and shit, just to put on a show and be the wheelchair guy and get all those donos and whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that, like, yeah, he needed it, sorta, and he's going through therapy and stuff like that and getting better at walking. But also, he was also not really, from what I understand, he didn't really say anything. He just kind of left things up to assumption. He just kind of allowed this thing to fester, this thing that people were assuming about him, because it was benefiting him and he was enjoying it. And it seems very similar from my own personal experiences with the military, with what this is, you know. And I think that what he should have done is probably been more transparent with everybody in his community, talking about the therapy he's going through and stuff like that. He even admits that's his biggest mistake. I think that, yeah, it's a good thing for him to say that and say, yeah, that's a big mistake, but it's a big mistake because it fucked him in the end, and he got pretty much partially exposed by kind of being somewhere in a half-truth in the situation. With all that said, okay, did he kind of milk it? I do believe it a little bit, okay? However, it's been a long time, and I believe everyone deserves a chance at redemption. I believe that this guy is a really good content creator. How was he able to get partnered on Twitch a second time under an alias without using any clout from his previous operation? By being a good streamer, okay? I saw it for myself. I know what a good streamer is. I went and checked out his YouTube channel, saw him live. He's a good streamer. He puts on a show. He's friendly. He connects with people. He knows how this works. And I see him build, you know, he's just starting again, attempt number 3, and he's doing his 3rd build, and he's been here before. He's going to build up his YouTube. He's going to do great. He's going to be a great streamer on YouTube. Now, I did hear that there's a possibility that he can get his original account unbanned if there's enough attention on his answers as to what happened, and maybe he can have a chance to come back to Twitch. I think he should have that chance. Now, the ItsBlooish channel cannot be unbanned because that one was banned for ban evasion. Okay, so that one is banned forever. He can never get it back. But the old account where he was banned for fraud, if he can argue his case with the right people at Twitch, which it sounds like he has an audience at the very least, and they've been doing a lot of weird unbans lately. They've been changing a lot of their policies. There's some weird things happening. I'd love to talk about that in future videos. I think he has a chance. We'll see. We're going to see what happens. It's super interesting. Anyways, what a crazy end to this particular Twitch anime saga. 7 years in the making, and the story still continues. I am super excited to see what happens next. Is he going to ban on Twitch? Is he going to be someone on YouTube? Is the community in general going to say, you know what, maybe we'll give you a second chance? I hope so. But you never know, because cancel culture is a goddamn thing, especially now more than ever. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching yet again another episode of The Feed. I'm Papastanimous. I'd love for you guys to hit the subscribe button, the like button, hit the little bell icon to get notifications. Drop a comment down below with your thoughts on this guy and what do you think? Was he lying? Was he not lying? Somewhere in the middle? What do you guys think? I would love to know. I'll respond to your comments. And make sure you guys check me out on Twitch. I'm probably live right now at TTV Papastanimous. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next video.